These are your teams, your players, your community of fans. This is where they play, where they practice, where you cheer. At every meet, every event, every game. Your community is passionate, dedicated, supportive. You know the tension of a close game and the thrill of the win. So while you're cheering, keep an eye out for anything out of the ordinary. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
All right, welcome in. It is Show Pony Live. We are here on a Tuesday. It is great to have you with us today. Welcome in. A reminder, the show is brought to you now by Igniter Tickets. Click on the little banner. In fact, let me put it up on the screen right now so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Boom, there it is, Igniter Tickets. Scan that QR code. If you have an event coming up, let's just say that you have a high school sporting event and you have no idea how you're going to do your ticketing, or you have a school play or semi-pro baseball or anything crazy like that. All you got to do now, I just put it up in the QR code there in the upper left-hand corner. So just scan that, Igniter Tickets. I know those people, incredible friends of mine, and they're going to take good care of you. If you have a big event and you need it ticketed, they're going to help you out, full service, take care of everything. It's fantastic. Well, we've got a pretty darn big show today. Really exciting times right now. It's May. It's magazine season. We're going to have those athlons and Lindy's and all that stuff coming out really, really, really soon. And I can't wait for that stuff. I love it. Magazine season to me, is the start of college football. It kind of gives us a little buzz, a little extra juice, a little extra fire, because you can read about your favorite team. You can read about the schedules. You can read about the storylines. But for me, it's kind of a nice, gotta be honest, as a media member, it's a beautiful little reference guide. I love it. I love having something I can just kind of have in my hand, and I'm not just flipping around on the computer and going crazy. And if things aren't loading, I got a nice little thing I can lay out. I like Athlon. I know a lot of people that love Phil Steele. It's each their own. Athlon was made in Nashville forever, so I was always partial to it since I'm a Nashville guy. But whatever. And I'm always like just flipping through it, and I just like to look at it. Like, what was the team like last year? What was their defense like? What was their offense? Now it's crazy because it's like, who did they bring in the transfer portal? What does the roster look like now? Who's the quarterback going to be? But it's just nice to have a reference guide to start thinking about football. So super excited about this month now that it is May. Now, another thing's got me thinking about college football as well. The fact of the matter is, these college football stadiums, these shrines, have been used all over the country. You've seen them, concert venues. Luke Combs just did an incredible show at Neyland Stadium, packed it out, thousands upon thousands of people. You saw the week before, Morgan Wallen had a sold-out show at Bryant-Denny Stadium, and that thing was a scene. I mean, when he sang Whiskey Glasses, the entire city of Tuscaloosa kind of sang with him. It was insane. And I think we should see more big concerts at college stadiums, because there's nothing like that tailgate. That tailgate of being on campus like a football game. But in that case, you know for a damn fact you're not going to be disappointed when it's over. You're not going to lose. It's going to be nothing but winning. You're going to sing along to your favorite songs. It's going to be an incredible experience. So I love that college venues are being used more. They hadn't had a concert at Bryant-Denny Stadium since like the 90s. So that's kind of sweet. But the one thing that we're seeing too, and I think Neyland Stadium is the next one, is Banana Ball. We've seen the Savannah Bananas. They just packed out 102,000 people at Kyle Field at Texas A&M. 102,000 people at Kyle Field. Every seat was packed. You could not get in there. And you had to win a lottery just to get a damn ticket to get into the venue. That's how popular the Savannah Bananas are. It started with that Netflix show, and people started to understand this banana ball, and it's a little quirky and non-traditional baseball, and there's dancing and singing and all that kind of stuff. It's like a Broadway show meeting baseball. And it's not like serious competition. It's fun. They've embraced the fun. It's essentially like the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball, and they're putting 110,000 people 110,000 people in the stadium at Kyle Field. And I think they're going to Neyland. They'll do the same there. It's a scene. And to me, everybody that's on the college campus should be paying attention to it. Everybody on the college campus should be looking at what the Bananas are doing. Business professors and, all kinds of academics should be studying it. But so should the university presidents. And so should the college sports commissioners. I want to show this video. I saw this on Jesse Cole's Instagram page earlier today. And this was from his experience at Texas A&M. And I just want you to take this in, and then we'll talk about it. But just watch this.
It was 11 years ago. We only sold 2 tickets when we first started. And to know that we're going to play in front of 102,000 fans on Saturday, it's unbelievable. We're going to be committed to the upper deck. Well, we are very grateful for our people that sit behind home plate and the fans that have been with us since day one. But what about the family or the single mom or someone that comes and gets a chance to come to that first game and is sitting up in the highest part of the upper deck? They might not have an opportunity in their life to get the unbelievable luxury of having the first class experience. Well, how do we bring that first class experience to them? Every fan that comes to our game deserves an amazing experience. I don't care where you're sitting. It's one of the most rewarding things in the world because people come up and just shake my hand, shake our players' hands, just say thank you. Thank you for the joy you bring. Thank you for the fun. Thank you for bringing my family together. Thank you for giving a dad and my daughter the opportunity to watch something every weekend. And I think that is why we do what we do. It's to bring people together and bring joy. It was 11 years ago.
Dude, this guy should be running college sports. This guy should be running college athletics. He should be the commissioner. People keep saying, who should the commissioner be? Should it be Greg Sankey? He's so dignified and bona fide. Should it be Tony Petitti, who kind of hides in the shadows and you never hear from him, but his league's winning everything in the Big Ten? No, it should be Jesse Cole. That guy gets it. That guy understands. I don't even like banana ball. I have no interest in it. The dancing and the singing. I like baseball. I'm a baseball fan. 9 innings. Give me 2 good teams, a good pitcher's duel, a little offense, little strategy. I love it. So I don't need the dancing and all that kind of stuff that's going on with it. But I respect the hell out of this guy as a businessman. And you know why he's made it? Because he put you and he put me in first place. Jesse Cole has turned his business into a massive profitable. They've added teams. They're selling out 102,000 seats. You know why? They put the damn fans first. Did you hear what he just said? The person in the upper deck that can only afford a $20 ticket. I want you to feel like you left with a premium experience. When you go to a sporting event and all you can afford is an upper deck ticket, first of all, it sucks ass. You're climbing up the stairs. Usually the seats are steep. I mean, it's insanity up there. A lot of times you're just like, why did I come here? I had to pay for parking. I had to trudge up top. I feel like I'm flying an airplane, let alone watching a game. Nothing about this feels premium. Nothing. And this guy's going out of his way and examining all the stadiums, all the crevices, all the cracks to make sure every single person that came there left there saying, that was incredible. That was fun. They thought about me. They took care of me. I wasn't just a number. I wasn't just a dollar sign. How many times now do you feel, I swear to God, think about it. How many times do you walk into a stadium now and feel like a damn piece of meat? You walk into anywhere, what they're charging you to walk into a college football game or an NFL game, you are getting gouged out the rear end. It's insane. Anywhere, restaurants, I mean, this and that, profit margins, profit margins, profit margins, profit margins. Gouged. Concert tickets, Live Nation, the the ticketing they do based on the amount of people that want to go to the event. So they raise the ticket prices, the scale pricing, which is nonsense to me. Back in the day, it was fair. You got in line at Ticketmaster. If you won, you won. You got the damn ticket. But it wasn't based on how much you're willing to spend. And they didn't dictate what they were going to charge based on that. This Jesse Cole gets it. Every ticket there is reasonably priced. Every one of his games is on YouTube. Every one of them. He makes his merchandise affordable. Everything about the Savannah Bananas is there for us. And I don't even like it. I'm not a fan of the Savannah Bananas, but I'm a fan of that guy because that guy's got a business model that works. That guy said, I'm going to take care of you. And see, I said this earlier on Full Ride today. By the way, listen to Full Ride each and every day, Monday through Friday on SiriusXM College Sports Radio 84 with Coach Neuheisel and myself. But we said this on Full Ride. We said, listen, guys, here's the deal. You got to stop looking at everybody as a piece of meat. You got to stop looking at everybody and just gouging the hell out of everybody for money. You have to start looking at people as a part of this. They are a part of the team. They are a part like the boosters that we keep asking for more and more and more and gouge and gouge and gouge and gouge and gouge. And at some point, it's like, at what point are you going to take care of me? At what point am I the priority? Because I, as the fan, pay the bills. I, as the fan, am the one who makes this thing go. And the Savannah Bananas figured this out. Let's give people a product they can find. Let's give people a product they can enjoy. Let's make it fun. Let's not take ourselves too seriously. Let's give them good entertainment. Let's make our players accessible. And families are coming in droves to the tune of 102,000 people. When I go to a game and I pay $200-something to walk in, then $40-50 to park, you feel like a piece of meat. When you go to the concession stands and pay $12 for a hot dog and $20 for a beer, and then you go and want a t-shirt and you paid $50 for that, and now you're down $1,000 after spending a day watching something that you love, and you feel like a sucker. A sucker. What did I just do? I love this. It's entertaining to me. I care. I'm passionate. They just bled me. They took my pocket, they took my wallet, and they emptied it out and gave it back to me and said, have a nice day. Go enjoy the thing that we tricked you into loving because we're going to squeeze every penny out of you. And yet you have this guy, Jesse Cole. He should be running college football. If you took that strategy of making sure the person in the 500 level was treated elite, if you had the strategy of making this affordable, if you had the strategy at the beginning of not screwing over the student athlete, if you had the strategy of putting the actual fan first, who's footing this bill constantly with the collectives and the tickets and the Tennessee raising their prices like they did with the athlete fine. I mean, this is stupid. I fell in love with college sports because of the essence of what it was. 18 to 22-year-olds going on campus, growing up to be adults, learning, finding themselves, discovering different things about what it's like to live away from mom and dad, playing football, getting a scholarship, and then going off into the real world. It was freaking beautiful. Jesse Cole is the kind of guy who can get in there and smack all of them. Greg Sankey, smack. Wake up. Tony Petitti, smack. Wake up. And if you're doing all you do on the behest of the university presidents, take your university presidents together like the Three Stooges and bang their damn heads together. Wake up. Stop doing this. Jesse Cole gets it. He gets it. By the way, digital media. I hope you guys have subscribed to showponymedia.com for media insights into everything going on in the world and college sports. And we talk about Full Ride and my relationship with Rick and Allie and Jimmy and everything else going on. So check that out. I wrote a piece yesterday about digital media. As I've gotten into this world, I've talked about this a bunch on this show, and I'm going to continue to talk about this a bunch on this show because digital media is absolutely killing broadcasting. It really is. I kind of lived in a cocoon in a bubble for 20 years. I've been on Sirius XM, and up until the last couple of weeks, I am not going to lie to you. Up until the last couple of weeks, I did my best. I had never watched or listened to a podcast up until like 3 weeks ago to learn how to, figure out the exactly how this looks and works. Now, I've been on podcasts. I've been a guest on podcasts. I guess I've co-hosted them in the past with people as a guest, but I never, ever watched one or listened to one on my own. I'm a radio guy. I like radio, man. I like broadcasting skill. I like people that were hired professionally because they were good at talking. They were good at pacing. They were good at understanding how to tell a story and the nuance of broadcast, the art form. Not just people that had a cell phone or a computer and can hit record like I'm doing right now on this thing and call themselves a podcaster or announcer. It drives me insane because nobody's teaching these people how to broadcast. And now we are flooding society with nonsense. Back in the late 90s, early 2000s, this to me is the magic era. Because back then in the late 90s, early 2000s, we were at that beautiful crossroads where technology was really good and good enough to make our life easier, but it wasn't good enough to tear apart the world. And we actually still valued education. We valued academia. We valued working hard. We valued making yourself, a critical thinker. All of those things were important back then. Now we've just dumbed down society. And a lot of it has to do with social media. A lot of it has to do with, you could have your thoughts on legacy media and all that, but at least it was quality. It was done well. You had a director that gave a crap what was put on the air, on the radio, on television. You had producers. It was professional. Now, I got an example. I was looking for clips of bad media today, and guess what I found? My neighbor, Nashville's own. You want an example of what I'm talking about with digital media killing broadcasting? Look no further than Talk Tua. Here's an example.
Public with us before.
I go out in public with them a lot, and people never like, hey, is that Pookie?
No, someone has before.
Are you talking about the guy that called you Dookie?
Yeah. He said spit on that thing and spit on that thing.
Okay, there was this guy. Where were we at? Los Angeles?
Yeah.
We were in Los Angeles, and we had like a whole day, and Pookie was there with us, and we rode scooters on the side of the road.
This is what people are consuming. People are getting information through people like that. Talk Tua, which is the Hawk Tua girl that became famous for saying something sexually explicit on the streets one night when she was intoxicated in Nashville. Have you seen the Manosphere documentary? I saw this Manosphere documentary, and it really triggered me big time. Triggered me. I watched this, and I said, what the hell is going on? You have these guys that are just meathead douchebags that have figured out how to grow audiences just by podcasting. They have no broadcast skill. They just get on a mic, and they spew minutia. And they scam people. They steal money from people. They preach misogyny. They preach steal, scam, lie, cheat, do what you got to do, yacht lifestyle, all that kind of stuff. And it's nauseating. But how many people are actually getting their information this way? I know people that only get information from Facebook and social media and Twitter. That's how they stay informed. They're not going to any news websites. They're not double checking anything. I said this the other day, but I think I have to say it every single day. I have people in my family that share news stories with me that are absolutely fabricated nonsense. And instead of being a jerk about it, I'll just be like, yeah, that's not accurate or something like that. But I won't harp on the fact that, hey, dumbass, your entire reality is probably wrong. You live in society, you vote in society, you try to contribute to society, but your entire world is made up of misinformation. I said that in the article yesterday, and again, please go read it and subscribe at showponymedia.com. But have you ever noticed how everybody seems to be living in their own world now? It's because they are. And it's because of social media, and it's because of algorithms. Algorithms are there to make money. They're there to trap you on a website. They know what you like. For me, on my Instagram, if I pulled it up right now, you'd probably see Japanese baseball and rugby and college sports and Broadway and all kinds of different stuff like that, because it knows what I like. It knows what I look up. It knows what I buy tickets to. So it's trying to hit me with things that I would stay engaged with and watch so it can sell me ads. So it can pepper me with ads, and eventually I'm going to click on one, say, oh, I want that. I'm going to buy it, and then the Instagram and Facebook ad service is going to get paid. This is all a massive scam. And it all works because we're dumbing down society. We're dumbing it down. The fact that we have lost broadcast art, the fact that we have lost good journalism, the fact that we have lost an arm of society to keep the rich and powerful accountable, which is what social media has done. The rich and powerful, the Elon Musk, they know exactly how to manipulate their own crap, to manipulate you and me to think a certain way while they do other things and make a fortune off of it. It's ridiculous. But the best way to do it is to uneducate society. And the best way to do it is to bombard us with stuff like Talk to Her. Go on your Instagram and see how much of stuff like that is out there. That's the standard now. People are getting information from these people that are talking about the manosphere and Talk to and all these, and they're dodo birds. They're brainless. But this is where we're at in the world, guys, and it's freaking crazy as hell. Scary. Hey, this episode right here brought to you by Igniter Tickets. Whether it's a stadium or a local venue like your high school, Igniter, or even Little League, Igniter delivers affordable, powerful ticketing solutions for every single event. Here's what you do. Scan that QR code in the upper corner of the screen, the upper left-hand side. You see the Igniter logo. Now to see how they can help you unlock smarter ticketing, stronger branding, and standout experiences. Igniter, it's the software behind your sellout. I'm telling you, you're absolutely going to want to try these guys. They're off the charts. They are friends of mine. I know the services that they do. And if you got an event, man, they're the ticketing service you'll want to use. You don't want to mess around with anybody else. In fact, let me put up the big QR code just so you have it. There it is right there. IgniterTickets.com. Hockey, football, baseball, Little League, you name it. Plays. Your school's got a play. You need a ticketing service. Boom. Igniter Tickets has you covered. They're off the charts. The other thing I wanted to talk about today, and thank you for Igniter for sponsoring Show Pony Live, was this clip. I wanted to, two things before I get to the clip. Show Pony University starts tomorrow. We are at 5 signups right now. I wanted to maybe take 1 or 2 more. I wanted to make it small for the beginning, but if you want to get involved, that QR code that's up other side, the upper right-hand corner. So the one with the SP in it that says Show Pony, click on that, and we're going to start this thing at 8 p.m. tomorrow night. It's a 4-week course. I was working on the curriculum last night, and tomorrow we're focusing on how to build a show. So whether it's a podcast like this or what I do with Rick Neuheisel on Full Ride, a 3-hour show, it doesn't just magically happen. It's got to be organized. You notice how I've used video. Notice how I've used sound. Notice all of that stuff. That is all by design. It is all meticulous to move a show along. You got to understand pacing. There's something that I use called a topic tree. This was taught to me by the executives at SiriusXM. It is a lifeline And it is at the absolute source of everything you should be doing if you're going to want to get into sports media and be on the air and do a podcast. I just complained to you about how broadcast education is dead. That's why I'm doing this. Who the hell is teaching people how to broadcast? Well, I'm trying to fill the void. So go to Show Pony, just the QR code, sign up, and then I'll send you the link to the Zoom tomorrow and all the information and what we're doing, and you'll love it. I promise you. And it's a 4-week course. It's $100 a week. That's it. $100 a week, 4 weeks. We're going to teach you how to interview. We're going to teach you how to plan. We're going to teach you about teases and how to engage and market and all of that kind of stuff. So make sure you check that out on Show Pony University. Just go to that QR code in the upper right-hand corner. The other thing, merchandise. We've got some new shirts and hats and kid shirts and all of that stuff on the website. Show Pony, not Show Pony University, Show Pony Media, showponymedia.com. You can get one of those awesome Get Yourself Together Show Pony University, Show Pony Media t-shirts. We got another one with the mascot on it, with the Show Pony that's larger than life, with the glasses on like me, with a pennant that says my name, Chris Childers. So check it out, showponymedia.com. Click on shop at the top of the page. Go get you some merch. I would appreciate that big time. Okay. So earlier today, the Texas golf coach, John Fields, was a guest on Full Ride. And I loved this. I thought this was super fascinating because, as you know, and this is a little lengthier clip. So again, this is courtesy of SiriusXM. This audio belongs to SiriusXM. This is from Full Ride. So thank you. Audio courtesy of SiriusXM, just so I say that again. But here is John Fields, the coach of Texas. They're trying to build their own College World Series. They're trying to have their own Omaha, like men's baseball does for college baseball, or the softball version in Oklahoma City. Take a listen to this. And Texas is hosting the NCAA championships, but they're doing it near San Diego. This is cool. Check this out.
The East Coast time slot on TV, so you can build your fan base. You got the best weather in the world, but there really was no golf course that would host back-to-back national championships with the women and the men. So that's a 7-day tournament for the women, a 7-day tournament for the men. So you can imagine, Coach Newhousel, you're not going to get to go to Bel Air or LA North for 3 years in a row, or even Riviera, because the members can't give up that amount of time and the ownership. So anyway, I said, well, I know the Rowling family. They're philanthropists, they're Texas Exes, and they have Omni La Costa. And he said, yeah, but that's a dated property. It wouldn't support a real championship. And I said, well, how about if we had Gil Hance do it? He said, well, if you had Gil Hance do it, well, maybe that really would work. He was responsible for doing Rio for the Olympics with men and women in mind. And essentially myself, Coach Mike Holder, and Chris Del Conte went to the Rowling family. We pitched the idea. They liked it. Del Conte liked it. Mike Holder liked it. He was kind of the czar of collegiate golf at the time. He was the AD at Oklahoma State, but before that, probably the most effective and winningest coach in college golf in my lifetime. So it spoke volumes that he thought this was a good idea. So anyway, we got Gil Hance to go out with 20 coaches, 10 women, 10 men, walk around that property. And the Rowling spent $30 million with the results of that meeting. He put a plan together. He valued up the North Course into a championship venue. And Bo Welling put $5.5 million in the practice facility. And now what we're hoping is that it is Omaha or Oklahoma City for men's and women's golf. So in other words, you have in softball, you have the College World Series for women in Oklahoma. It's going to be there in perpetuity, and the baseball tournament, the College World Series, has been in effect since 1949 in Omaha.
I think that's so cool. I think it's so cool that we're going to have like a destination, and Rick saying that this Omni La Costa is just picturesque. It is gorgeous. The things that money can't buy. And then they've updated the golf course, $30-something million investment to make it swank. and to make it a picturesque championship level course that people can look forward to going to and golfers can look forward to going to every year. Good for John Fields. That guy's coached some of the best too. He's had Scotty Scheffler at Texas. He's coached Jordan Spieth. I mean, he's been integral in the development of golf. He says college golf is at the center of golf, the center of its universe. And he's been there 30 years developing the sport. And I think this is really cool. That's what we need more of. Places that you dream of. You know, hey, how do I go see the golf championship? Fly to San Diego. How do I go to the baseball title? Go to Omaha. How do I go see softball? Oklahoma City. It's destination stuff. It's brilliant. I give John Fields a ton of credit. Hey, showponymedia.com is how you find me. You can read the article that I had up yesterday that I wrote, the premium piece about digital media killing broadcasting. Make sure you check that out. And a reminder, if you need ticketing solutions for your next event, visit Igniter Tickets, ignitertickets.com, or just scan the QR code in the upper left. Or here we go. Let me put it up. That's not it. What did I just do? Let me put it up again. There it is. Ignitertickets.com. If you got a football, baseball, whatever, high school game, club game, you need to sell your tickets. You need to get it out there, full service marketing, the whole thing. Ignitertickets.com. One stop shop. They are going to hook you up absolutely beautifully. Make sure you check them out for full service. We are done. When the show is over live, it gets put up on the Apple Podcast and Spotify and on Substack. So make sure if you missed anything, you go back and you listen there. But in the meantime, we are done on Show Pony Media Live. Happy Tuesday, everybody.